I'm Dan Metcalf. I'm a microbiologist with a PhD in oral biofilm therapy. This was awarded in 2003, which was around the same time that biofilm was being proposed to be an issue in wound care. I'm Associate Director of R&D at ConvaTec, with a remit across all ConvaTec's business areas. However, my focus tends to be in wound care, where infection and biofilm is a huge clinical challenge today. My story starts with a walk in the countryside in September. A few days later at work I was taken really ill, and I went home and noticed a bite mark on my shin, which soon developed into full-blown cellulitis. I found myself in hospital on intravenous antibiotics and was rather unwell for a time. Thankfully the drugs worked. Unfortunately my leg was something of an afterthought, and although I was sent home after a week in hospital, I was sent home to receive dressings in the clinic. Unfortunately I was taken straight to the orthopaedic unit, and the surgeon said the wound was too far gone and how I required a surgical excision and a skin graft. So we used Aquacel AG Plus Extra on this necrotic wound, and the hope was that we could reduce bioburden and perhaps shift the status of the wound. There appeared to be differentiation between the bad necrotic, infected or colonised tissue and my healing tissue. In my opinion, the moist and dressing dramatically reduced the bioburden in the wound. I was still on nil by mouth at this time, but I also agreed with my colleagues here at ConvaTec that I could have a tissue viability nurse from GDC visit me for assessment. This was the very same day that ConvaTec received 2 awards at the World Union of Wound Healing Societies in Florence. Unfortunately, I was due to be at this award ceremony, and doubly ironically, we won 2 awards. The first was for the Infection and Biofilm Award, which was recognition of our background science around the product. We also won the Most Innovative Dressing Award at the same ceremony. So the irony was not lost on me that I was suffering from a serious wound infection, but was now being treated with Aquacel AG Plus Extra, the award-winning dressing. The next day, David Nelson from ConvaTec came in. Luckily he was trained to operate there, so he proceeded to debride my wound and was delighted with the appearance of the wound beneath this necrotic colonised tissue. And over the next 3 days the wound was transformed. Every day we redressed in moistened Aquacel AG Plus Extra, and I was sent home in a healthy, happy state to recover fully. But for me this experience is testament to the power of this new dressing we've developed at ConvaTec. It's now my job to further publish the data, the clinical data, the scientific data on this product, so that other patients can benefit in the same way I did, and we can reduce the burden on healthcare systems and the burden on our patients. My leg is now healthy and feeling good, albeit scarred. Firstly, we do have the dressing technology in Aquacel AG Plus Extra. It's grounded in the science. Secondly, we have evidence for this product from the early laboratory, in vivo and clinical data we generated for product launch, to the more recent clinical evaluation studies and mode of action data we published in the last year. The evidence is all there. The challenge is for us, myself as a scientist, for our commercial colleagues, to get the message out there, to educate the nurses, the physicians, the healthcare assistants, to inform the decision makers that this dressing will truly transform patients' lives.